Hello, here we go. It's the Andy and Jay show. What's up, Andy?
What's
That was
up,
pretty
man?
good, dude. That was pretty good.
It's always fun.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I've
awesome.
enjoyed. I don't know if I could do that again, but I've definitely enjoyed the times that we get to kind of spit our knowledge and
We
share.
gotta throw some beats behind that, dude.
I know we need to get on that, dude. I'll talk to Addy, dude, and we'll get some beats behind that. Here we go. It's the Jay.
That's our intro song.
Let's do it. I love it. Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded a little bit of content and threw it out here, and I thought we could piggyback off an email the share group sent out last week. A little bit of some data we got from Redfin, and talking about a couple of things. And my take on this whole thing is like recession who ? Like, don't let that be a stepping stone or speed bump in your business. It needs to be still business as usual. Why are you smiling?
Who put the question mark on the teleprompter?
I love it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, recession who ? And the data that talks to it, we'll keep it pretty basic, but then I want your expertise, Andy, on on the take of this. But the last 10 years, number of days on the market. So you're listing your home for sale. The last 10 years statistics show number of days on market has drastically declined. To the point where, in June of 2022, the average day on market is 18. I mean, that is friggin' ridiculous. When I sold my house in 2017, we were 90 days, and that was what the trending average was for such a long time. Well, post-pandemic, things changed a little bit, and the days on the market are becoming a hot number. Well, that's not new news, right? Like, it's that's not really new news. But what is new news is inventory is becoming more accessible. So houses, or there's more to choose from, right? There's more to pick. You're not blind buying. You're not buying from a financial decision, like you said. So I think the combination of, extra inventory and, still buyers out there, we're still short of houses for, the American dream of home ownership. Is a really cool combination for realtors to go out there, combined with some really good data to kind of hit it out of the park, and so you're in the trenches, Andy. You're talking to successful agents every day. What is everyone's talking about a little bit more inventory, or
So it's long and short of it, yes. The preceding markets, Vegas, Phoenix, some of the Cali markets, some of the Florida markets as well. These are some of the markets to be watching in terms of some of the leading indicators of a plateauing market. Listen, I don't necessarily want to even use the buzzwords, right? Like recession for me, for whatever it's worth. Like, if we're just talking about economic recession, we're pretty much already there.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that, and this is the disconnect, I think, and this is where a lot of real estate agents tend to, get their, I'll keep it PC, tend to, yeah. I mean, tend to get uppity a little bit on this thing. This is not like 2008. It's a completely different leading cause of the recession. This is not mortgage default. This is not loans that have defaulted. This is not subprime loans. This is not pay option arms. Back in 2008, it was a completely different scenario. Now it's more of an economic push. It's more of an economic pressure, right? So in all honesty, it's coming down to who are the motivated sellers and the buyers, and those are the folks that are going to be coming on. Right. The other factor of this is, we're sitting here and actually needing to spread a decent message to consumers. And we're missing the boat simply because we're all sitting here listening to the news and saying recession and challenge and crisis and
all
those things, dude.
Right. The
when
scary,
it comes down to it,
buzzwords, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, inventory is absolutely coming up. A balanced market, just so people understand this piece, and I'm hoping that they do, right? But it's 4 to 6 months of inventory is a balanced market. That's a healthy market. Right. And then past the 6 month time period, and we have a ways to go before we get past there. National average of inventory right now is just under 2 months. Right. We're still in a strong seller's market. The fact of the matter is, when agents go in and price out homes right now, they're being overly aggressive and pricing out homes. So it's making it feel like when price reductions come through, they're just taking overpriced listings. It's not the fact that home prices are coming down. They're just taking overpriced listings.
Right.
So
and
end
with
of the day, man,
the history that has been, the short history at least, is really allowing that and dictating that, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, end of the day, you can look at days on market. I think that's all well and good. I think you can look at inventory. That's a leading factor to look at. But the other piece of this that the agents want to look at is rental rates. Rental rates start to drop. That means that the home prices will start to drop. So we're nowhere near a market crash, a challenging market. The only thing that we're near right now is agents getting out of their own damn way and making their own market and having success that way.
There you go. And not letting, a couple of hiccups or a couple of glitches, like a high interest rate or, get in the way, because big picture is, history shows maybe those rates will go down.
But even that,
the term of the loan can change.
And I apologize for talking over you, man.
No, I love it.
But I do think it's a good conversation to have. The interest rate side of it, even talking about a high interest rate, it's not a high interest rate. This is actually a reasonable interest rate, and when we get to like tens, all right, I got you. Like that's getting up there, right? But 7.5, 8.5, like I don't want agents to have a conversation about what was, because this is culture shock for people. So like have an understanding that this is basically sticker shock, and help people be educated around, hey, listen, that just means that we need to be more mindful of budget.
And knowing the what you can move into and manage, financially.
Heck yeah, man.
Living on the edge like Jer Bear over here, but
nowhere near.
No, totally. It's something that still shouldn't be in the way, especially as inventory is increasing. So the options are there to maybe take it a $20,000 bracket down, and you can build off of that. I strongly believe, and I've said this before, that I don't think the value of property is ever going to be lower than it is now.
Well, I mean, even if,
unless it's a distressed property or something happening,
right?
But in general, I just think that the value of the homes today will never be cheaper now. So
I mean, let's talk through that, right? So the average recovery time period for recession is what?
What?
6 months.
Is it? I don't even know. Yeah,
6 months. Yeah, the average like the longest length of a recession has typically been was 18 months.
Okay.
In the history of real estate, that is a blip.
Right. A tiny little blip.
So, and then inside of a recession, if we truly are there, right? Home prices on average have only dropped between 2% and 4%.
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, not for nothing.
They do drop a little bit. I get what you're saying.
But again, like I'll take a 2% drop. Think about it as a stock market.
Right.
I'll take a 2% drop if year over year for the rest of the 7-year cycle or 10-year cycle, or this last cycle was way longer than that. Right. It's going to go up on average 3 to 7%. Yeah, I'll take the investment no matter what.
There you go. Yeah, I think it's just good conversation to have. That is as overthinking as it can be, is intimidating as the national news is. It's just about living each day and doing the work to build your business and find sellers and find buyers and build your market. Rely on people like Andy to coach you along the way, to call, to schedule, and utilize something like the Share Group for data. Dude,
you guys are going to come in huge during this time for agents, and I don't think that they understand how close of a relationship they need to have with people like you guys. Because it's that constant. I mean, we do this every week. I mean, literally, you and I meet with the team every single week, and we talk about some of this stuff. But that close knit relationship that people have with their data person needs to be on point, because they will need to find more motivated people and people that are actually ready to sell or ready to buy.
100%. Yeah, it goes hand in hand, one way or another, for sure. I love it, Andy. I appreciate you once again, dude. We're spitting some knowledge. It's the J&A show. Here we go. But yeah, most definitely. Much love. We'll talk some more in a couple of weeks.
Amen. Looking forward to it.